got a couple capos on here. I was just messing around on my new Furch Anniversary model. Remember this? I put a video on this awesome guitar, and I wanted to show you today their little kit that they put out so that you can make adjustments on your guitar and set the action just perfectly for you personally. I had no idea when I bought the first Furch guitar that it had this active system in it. And once I learned about it, I was like totally floored. And so I wanted to share that with you. Right now, if this guitar wasn't set up right, I couldn't set this up like this with these cables. This is a partial cable here. This is using a cable that only covers 3 strings. And so sometimes what I like to do, in this case here, I brought the action up 2 frets and then moved up another 4 frets and placed this on strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. Or 5, 4, and 3. Let's get it right, okay? And when I do that, let me make sure I got it set right here. Let's see, this is coming off. There we go. There. This is, there we go. This is a capo I got from G7th Company. It's just a very sweet sound. So once I set it up like this, if you think about in shapes like C, F, and G, except I'm playing more like a C major 7th and more like a F major 7th shape here, and then moving it up to the 3rd fret above the capo. You hear that? Isn't that neat? And you can play behind it too. Got that wrong. There we go, I got it there. Anyways, it's just a lot of fun. So I sometimes will just mess around with stuff like that just to find inspiration. No other reason really. I just enjoy doing stuff like that. Actually, this partial capo, you could move it back here to the 2nd fret above this capo here. Or you don't even need this capo at all. You could just use the nut. But just so happens I have it set up that way. But now I'm playing more in a G tuning. So anyways, it's just a lot of fun. So I'm going to take these off here. But what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about was this neck that this is on here. I am just floored at how well this guitar is set up. I mean, and it really didn't take any effort at all. What the company claims that it's super simple is so true. It is simple. And it's so simple, it just kind of blew my mind. I'm like, no, there's got to be more to it. And the reason why I was thinking it would be more involved was because I also own a Martin SC13E, right? Remember this guitar? And Martin, this is like the first time they've actually stepped outside of the neck that they usually make, and they made this very unusual neck system where inside this guitar, there's wedges that can be changed. And that wedge will actually change the pitch of the neck. And not only that, inside this guitar, there's another extra nut that you can change so that it slide the neck back and forth, and you can adjust your intonation. It's very involved, and you don't want just to start messing around with something like that without knowing what you're doing, but also having the kit. And so Martin sells a kit, and I actually purchased this and used this kit to make some changes, and it worked quite well. Their kit, though, comes with all there's like 7 or 8 wedges. I forget how many are in there. These wedges here will shim that neck. And so you change these out. They're different angles. And you pick the angle that you need and you change it out. But it also has the tools that you need, like the truss rod adjustment. Here's a torque driver here. This is set at like 20 pounds so you don't over tighten the screw on the neck. And it has a gauge, a string gauge, so you can measure. Plus it has these gauges here so that you can measure your relief and make sure you're at 5/1000ths of an inch at the 6th fret. So this is much more involved. And of course you can scan in, you can go out to several videos to teach you how to use it. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just that it takes a little work and a little study going through this to make sure that you approach it in the right way and follow the instructions. And if you're not comfortable doing something like that, it really is best to go to a qualified person that knows how to use these and can actually make the changes for you. This is real pricey. This is like $150. It still is. And so it's pretty expensive. So if you don't want to spend that kind of money, I think sometimes if the action's not set up right, it's good to take it to somebody who knows those Martin guitars and can do it for you and get the setup done right. And so then now we'll come back here to this Furch. And so I had no idea when I bought the first Furch that I have that it had this special neck in it. It's called the Furch CNR system. It's an active adjustment neck. So you can actually make the changes to bring your action in place. And it is super, super easy. When I first got this anniversary model in the store, I noticed the action. I think I even mentioned it, that the action felt high to me. That doesn't mean it's a bad guitar. It doesn't mean that at all. In fact, I expect it to be high. I went to a store, a very well-known store in, I forgot what state it was, Wildwood's the name of it. And, I checked out several of their guitars and they're all high. They had guitars that were like Froggy Bottom and what have you. And the action, as far as I was concerned, they were in spec, but set more for like a bluegrass player. And they did that on purpose because not everybody wants low action. So you don't want to start low. You want to start high and work your way down. So when you go into a store and you check out the guitars and you're thinking, oh, this doesn't feel right to me, it's not that it couldn't feel right to you. It needs a good setup, okay? So, but setups cost a little money. Sometimes the stores will offer the setup to make those adjustments for you personally. Some will, the store, Tall Toad, that I just recently visited, he made a mention that they'll send the person home with these high-end guitars and tell them, play it for a while before you come here and have us set it up. We'll set it up for you. But they want to make sure you know what you want. So, it's very personal. Setup is super personal. So when I got this guitar, it didn't surprise me that the action was high. I measured it when I got home, and it was almost 0.10, or maybe it was like 0.095. It was somewhere in there. And because I had a string gauge already, I had a few of these around the house where I could check it. And so that didn't surprise me. So the guitar comes with a truss rod tool. And when I checked the relief, it also seemed high to me. So before you make any changes anywhere in a guitar, in terms of the traditional guitar, you would shave this saddle. But before you change the saddle, you want to make sure that you get this exactly where it should be, is the relief first, the adjustment of the truss rod. I do not go straight to the saddle. I start with the relief, okay? So when I checked it, I could tell it needed to be adjusted. I made a slight change on the adjustment, and that you generally don't change your action with your relief or with the truss rod tool, but it does affect it, and it did bring it a little bit down. It still wasn't where I wanted it to be, but I had it set for the way I like to see it. And so now, in my thinking, I need to now shave the saddle to bring the strings down to where I would be comfortable, which would be at 0.085, just a little bit below the 0.09 on this low E. And so in order to do that, though, for these guitars, you don't have to shave the saddle. You need an Allen wrench that fits inside the screw. You see it inside there? I don't know if you can see it. There it is right there. See it? There we go. And so basically, Furch sells a toolkit. I send away for it. And it's the box. This was $52, a lot cheaper than the Martin one, $100 cheaper. And but you don't even need this. You could just go down to the hardware store and pick up these tools. I would suggest, you should get one of these. You should always have one of these. These are string gauge so that you can measure your height of your strings, okay? You can buy these on Amazon for $10. You could buy it on StuMac. Theirs are really nice. I think they're like $25 there, though. So, but it's good to have one of these. And it also, in this kit, came with the truss rod tool. But I didn't need that. I already had one, okay, because that came with the guitar. And so far, I didn't need any of the tools. But the one I needed was the Allen wrench. This is not just any Allen wrench. This is a flexible, and it's the other tool in the kit. See that it changes, it's flexible, okay? It's an adjustable, I guess. So when you put it in there, you can stick this into that nut or the hole that's there, and then flex this up so that you can make your changes. And when you turn this, of course, this rotates, right? You don't need this. You could just get a regular Allen wrench, I suppose. And it's neat when you listen to the video, which is easy to access on their channel. They'll tell you, look, you don't necessarily have to buy this. Just go get this wrench. So you can buy it at your hardware store. So you could do that, and which is nice. But I like to pick up stuff like this, and then I put it in my shop, put it away, and I always have it. So if I have 3 Furch now, so it's good to have the kit. But I was shocked because I didn't have to shave the saddle. All I had to do was stick this inside here and turn this knob. I turned it probably my first time about, maybe a quarter of a turn. I just stayed really easy. I could hear it changing. I don't know exactly what happens, but I could hear it changing. When I checked it, it still wasn't where I wanted to see it, so I turned it some more. Probably went to about a half a turn, maybe almost 3/4. And in doing so, it brought the strings exactly the way I wanted them. Now when I check it, it's at let's see here. This is at 0.08, maybe 0.85, just a little bit higher than that. And but most of all, it feels right. Exactly where I like it. There's no buzz. I didn't trade off tone because it's still there. It's a beautiful sounding instrument. I changed the action on this in a matter of less than a minute, probably. I didn't have to shave the saddle. I could just make the change. And if I didn't like it, I could change it back. It's okay. If you shave the saddle and you don't like it, you can't change it back. Well, you can add a shim under there and bring it up, or you can go get a new saddle and start over again. But yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's perfect. And I'm thrilled with the design of this guitar. I had no idea that I could do that on my baritone, and also it's the same thing as on the Pioneer that I have. So I don't think all of the earlier Furks have this design in there. I'm not quite sure which ones have it, but because I noticed there's some that say it has it. But I think some of the earlier designs, maybe they didn't have that in there, but it's there now. And when you buy these guitars, you buy the ability to do your setup and personalize it so that it's very comfortable to you. So the other thing I wanted to show you was my t-shirt. I got this from Tall Toad. There's their logo on there. Isn't that neat? There's a story behind this, and to be honest with you, I can't remember the story. Maybe if they're watching this, they could write it down below. The person that designed this was a very famous artist that did a lot of the advertising and the logos for some of the famous groups back in the 70s. But anyways, this is Tall Toad's logo here that they put on this t-shirt. It's really, really cute, very whimsical. And so anyways, I got this there. They gave that to me. I just thought it was so neat. A little big, but it's good for around the house. I'm enjoying it. It's very comfortable. And it reminds me of a great store, the Tall Toad in Petaluma. If you ever get a chance to go there, you gotta go. Don't not go. Don't get lazy like I did. You have to go. I was so glad I went. And so yeah, so that's that. I also picked up the strap there. This was probably about $50. That's a good price for a leather strap, by the way. But this is not just any leather strap. You'll notice it's just super, super soft. And it's made out of buffalo hide. And it's made here in the United States. I think the guy's name is Henry Holler or something like that. I'll write it down above there if you want to check it out. But there's a beautiful, well-made, very high-quality strap that's made of just beautiful, soft material, the American Buffalo. I guess I'm going to leave it right there, and I don't think there's anything else, but okay. So I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you are in this world.